Heroes, you are our last hope, saviors of this world. I know you can do it, as long as you stay... Oh. They're already f***ing gone! SideQuest!
Video games. The entire reason we are on the internet. The internet isn't for a single other thing than video games. So, today, we are looking at the peak of all humanity's entertainment. The 9 best video games arranged in a 3x3 grid by the experts in the field. Bingus, Satin, and Azira. We are here to... And I am Noel. I am obviously... I am the face of this, so obviously you know who I am.
Do we?
No, nobody knows who I am because
Nobody knows.
I forget
Nobody
to put
knows
my
the
name
real-
in
Nobody
all
knows
of
the
the videos.
real Noel.
Who am I?
Yes.
Who am I again?
Who am I?
Nobody knows
Who
the
am
real Noel.
I? Anyway.
Excellent start.
Yes. Anyway, who's going first?
Do we want to roll like we did last
Yeah,
time?
what we're actually doing is we're doing 3x3s of our 9 favorite video games. Yeah, and I'll roll. I got a D4 handy.
I wonder why.
Because I
Who-
keep all of my
Well, what's
dice
who's
on
who?
the
Who's
deck.
who?
Okay, we're just gonna go from left to right. So Azira, you are 1. Bingus, you are 2. I am 3, and Satin is 4.
Alrighty.
And the roll is a 4. Satin, you're first.
Okay, so how are we doing this? Going from like top left in and bottom right?
Yeah, post it in video crap. And
Oh, yep. God, this is gonna be like such whiplash of different shit.
all right, let's see this.
But
I
it's
will-
it's funny as fuck.
Oh boy.
So-
wow.
So let me get through this list,
Okay.
and we're gonna go bottom. We're gonna go not bottom left. What the fuck? Top left to bottom right. So
Oh, you weren't kidding. You did pick 3 of the same.
Yeah.
yes,
Also,
it's ironic a bit there.
That bottom corner
Womp
one I
womp.
wasn't expecting.
So
Why am I not surprised it's Assassin's Creed though?
shut the fuck up and let me get into it, okay? Fuck you.
Sorry.
Let me get into this shit. So top left is 2 Worlds. I believe I did this for advocating a video game. We did.
Yes, I think you
Oh, the
did
hidden
this
gem.
for hidden gems.
Yeah.
Wait,
Was this the one that
no.
you?
was
No,
it this
this
or
was
was it It might have been actually Singularity. Which
Yeah, I
It
think
was
it was
singular. Was this the
Singularity.
other one?
yes, this was the other one. This was in fact
Oh.
the other one. So, basically to describe 2 Worlds, think like your Elder Scrolls like Skyrim, Oblivion, shit like that. However, not by like a AAA company.
Okay.
So it's very like it's also very low quality, but it's also a relatively old game. It's how old is 2 Worlds again? Hold on. 2 Worlds.
Yeah, when did this come out?
It's an Xbox game. I know that for certain.
Oh,
So it's,
okay.
yeah, 2007.
2007? Damn.
It looks 2007.
Yeah, the original was like in 2007.
All
Yeah,
right.
2007.
Will that be
So
the
it
oldest
is-
game on this list?
No. I'm fairly certain it's not.
I meant not on your list. I meant on list in total.
I mean, even possibly. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So 2007, it's a 17-year-old game. Actually,
Mhm.
probably getting closer to 18 at this point. But
Yep. We're half.
You know.
we're
God,
past that.
2007 was 18 years ago. I feel old.
go
You
to
are
hell.
old.
Anyways. But yeah, so it's Xbox. It's also a Microsoft off of like Windows thing. You played on that. Fantasy style. There's all sorts of different creatures. Like you got your typical favorites. You got skeletons and zombies. You got orcs. You got. They don't really appear often, but you do have dragons.
Oh, okay.
Like they are like there's very few dragons, but you do fight them. And then there's other weird creatures. Like for example, reavers, which are kind of like weird eyeless raptor creatures that you can fight.
Interesting.
You can just like Skyrim and Oblivion and mentioned previously, you can probably eliminate like the entire wolf population of the area.
Huh.
And also,
Like permanently?
no, it's just because there's so many wolves that spawn in it.
Oh.
It's just it's like you're wiping out half the fucking wolf population. So
But clearly, these are wolf-rabbit hybrids.
Yes, yes.
a fucking apparently.
Wait,
And it's like
I've
it's like one breed of wolf. There's like gray, silver, there's brown. Like it's weird how there's so many wolves.
Yeah. I've realized we should probably run through all 9 that are on the block before we jump into describing each one.
Fuck you. I'm gonna describe them as quick as possible. But this one,
alright.
I just wanted to put details.
Okay.
Also, there is a lot of shit involved in Two Worlds. There's like alchemy. There's different things with like martial weaponry, so swords, spears, axes, hammers.
Classical alchemy or
Shield.
modern alchemy?
Kind of more classical because it's just like, bladder of beaver mixed with gemstones.
Okay, lead to
potions.
gold
Yummy.
alchemy, not water to gasoline alchemy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's different schools of magic, which includes like necromancy and then like elemental stuff. So fire, water, air, earth. Avatar bullshit.
Evocation.
Yep. There's also several skills involving archery too, in case you went with archery. And then there's skills for like kind of basic stuff, like you got your rogue stuff like lockpicking and sneaking. There's a skill involving like traps. So you can
Okay.
actually set down like a bear trap or like some of my personal favorites, nail bomb traps.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Terrorism.
Yes.
Yeah,
terrorism.
Terrorism on a
Terrorism,
motherfucker.
but against wolves.
Yeah, terrorism for any motherfucker that walks into it. Yeah, there's also stuff for like swimming faster. There's a lot of skills in it, and it's actually quite fun.
Yeah.
You don't have like a standard, D&D where there's like 6 abilities. You only got like 4, which is strength, dexterity, vitality, and willpower. Which willpower represents your like magic.
Okay.
You got different types of armor, like you got helmet, gloves, pants, and main chest plate, as well as also like a shield if you choose to go with a shield. As I said before, different melee weapons, spears, axes, like two-handed swords, one-handed swords.
So what's
clubs.
the story of the game?
Story of the game. So a bit of the lore of the game involves around the god of the orcs is fucking up the world, and then he
Okay.
got locked away, and so his defeat created. Oh no, he got killed. Sorry, not locked away, killed. And so his like, I want to say either blood or magic tainted the world and created something called the Taint. So it's like a
the
evil
taint,
sort of like-
the grundle, the fleshy fun
I-
bridge.
I would like to specify right now there is literally a quest line in it with a necromancer where you can go and collect Taint because it only appears in like graveyards.
Okay.
So you have to
Dead
go.
man's taint.
Yeah, you can just go. Yeah, just collect it from graveyards, and just one of the lines is just. So the dude just like starts with, "I need to ask you for one more thing," and then your character just goes, "Let me guess, more taint."
You want some taint? All we got is
Like-
taint.
And then the dude literally responds, "Oh, how did you know?" Yeah, no, I really don't want to spoil much more because there's all sorts of story going on with it, like going to different regions. There's like a fucking Middle Eastern area up in the mountains, like a desert. There's like a tundra area with like snow. There's all sorts of stuff, and despite it being a 17-year-old game, I still think it's great, and I fully recommend playing it. Like if you ever get the chance. I don't know how much it costs on like
Let's
Steam
find
or
out.
whatever.
Let's find out. Steam, Two Worlds, if it's even on here.
it is because I have it.
All right, Two Worlds is Two Worlds 2. That's not what I'm looking for.
You need one.
Two Worlds. Search. Two Worlds.
Two
Epic
worlds,
Edition.
2. 3 worlds.
Two Worlds Epic Edition is $14.99.
Yeah, so for $15, like it is a game worth it in my opinion.
This says Epic Edition came out on in 2009.
Well, yeah, because it's the Epic Edition, so
Yeah.
it comes out a couple. Like it's
The Goaty edition.
yeah, pretty much. Anyways, to continue on, next top middle here, Monster Hunter World. This like to explain Monster Hunter series. People are probably familiar with it. This was my first one.
Are you going to explain all the different weapons like you did for Two Worlds?
There's a great video series on that by Joe
Oh, it's
Cat.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
by
like-
Joe Cat. Shout out to Joe Cat. If he ever
Yeah.
watches these videos, big fan of your work.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are all
Oh,
fans.
Also to shield to him, go watch his videos on
Yeah,
those because
go
they're funny.
watch them.
They explain it better than I could.
To not D&D. That's
Yeah, but
Monster Hunter.
Crap Guide to Monster Hunter.
yeah, but Monster Hunter World was my first one of the series. I went back and even played a bit of older one, Generations Ultimate.
Is that the
Get a
one
feel-
that you would recommend starting for newer players?
This one,
Yeah.
honestly,
I asked because I want to
Uh,
get back into Monster Hunter and I've only ever played Generations on the 3DS.
I would recommend either this or Rise. Honestly, I
Okay.
think I would recommend Rise more because I think Rise is a bit easier.
Let's
All
see,
right.
What are the price points on those?
I'm
$60,
Probably.
$70.
yeah, probably.
They're AAA titles.
Making noise.
It's
Yeah.
probably
I-
because it's
Monster
Capcom. game.
Hunter. Monster Hunter World is $9.89.
It's probably
Is
on
it
sale.
I don't know.
I mean, I would
don't know you're looking at it.
Well, it doesn't say when you
yeah,
look
it's
for it.
on-
Yeah, it's on
It's
sale.
on sale for 67% off right now.
Okay, so
Hey,
that means
hey
it's
everyone,
only
buy
like
it. Not kidding.
The offer ends in 37 hours.
Oh,
So by the time you see this video, you can't get it. Fuck you.
Yeah, probably.
time travel. Get it now.
Yes,
but no, I-
time travel.
Yeah, but no. First Monster
While
Hunter.
you're at it,
and I went
go
and played-
visit Stephen Hawking at his party. He'd really appreciate it.
Go visit.
What?
Go visit. Go visit
No,
Hitler.
Stephen Hawking.
And,
Do you guys not know about Stephen Hawking's time traveler party?
No.
What?
He made an experiment where he would send out invitations to his to his party that had a date or a location but not a date,
Hmm.
so that when the people who finally found the invitation showed up, the party had been over for a week.
Okay.
But if there were actually time travelers, then he would have been able to throw the party at the time that it happened, even though he sent out the invitations a week late.
So did
So-
anyone go?
People showed up a week late. That's how they found the experiment.
Yeah, but did.
But nobody went to the first
No,
party.
no,
Otherwise, we would have time travelers.
Well, okay, but maybe Stephen Hawking just didn't tell anybody. Also,
Yeah,
Rise is
how funny would it
also
have been if-
on
How funny
sale.
would it have been if Stephen Hawking actually confirmed those time travelers? He would just be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, Rise.
You couldn't
is...
do a more convincing robot voice, huh?
Nope.
Had to go underwater.
Yeah.
Rise
Fuck.
is also on sale for the next 37 hours. So fuck you, internet.
I recommend them both.
What?
Like, I recommend Monster Hunter series as a whole, but I recommend those two because they're easy to get they're easy to get into.
Okay.
Rise especially is easy. I think Rise has a far smaller difficulty, lower difficulty than World, because World very early it spikes,
Okay.
but it's not too difficult. You can get through it. I managed to. But anyways, yeah, fun game. Monster Hunter is a popular enough series. I assume people know about it. I don't have to
Yeah.
explain too much. You're in the title. You are hunting monsters.
Whoa.
No
Fucking
way.
Mind blown, am I
Freaky.
right? Anyways, top right. I don't even know if I should go over Singularity. I think I explained it pretty damn well when we did what?
Just give a synopsis for those who may not have seen that episode.
American deals with Russian island involved with time travel experiments.
Thank you.
And fucks
Shit
monsters.
goes poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And now not to go through the middle row. I'm just going to describe the middle row as a whole because it's the same butt fucking series. Assassin's Creed. We all know
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed. They've
Man
only
hallucinates
Yeah.
vividly about his ancestors. Bad
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't- Yeah, go check out my series on the Ezio collection. There's-
Yeah.
Intergenerational Trauma the
Mother-
Game series.
There's one
Motherfucker needs-
episode.
motherfucker needs to bring me in for episode 2. I'm gonna beat his ass.
all right.
But yeah, no. Particularly, it's funny enough you mentioned Ezio collection because the 3 that are here are the Ezio trilogy.
Okay.
like genuinely, if I were to take the entire Assassin's Creed series as a whole and just say, like, good series or bad series, just on these 3 alone, I would probably say a good series. And there's still others that I would consider good in the the entirety of the Assassin's Creed games. Because honestly, there's not, in my personal opinion, there's not a whole lot of them that are bad.
I don't know. I've heard some.
Like,
I've
first
heard some
one,
complaints.
Yeah, I was
in the
about to
recent
say I've heard
ones-
very mixed things about the series.
I would say in recent ones, it's been a little iffy. Also, it's fucking Ubisoft. They don't know how to test a game properly
Yeah.
for
I
bugs.
have heard that the Ezio collection is very good. I know that the first game is fucking impossible to find. And
Obviously, yeah, for some reason, 1 is impossible to find. It's also probably the toughest in the series.
yeah. Also, I've heard the Black Flag is very good.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that the Valhalla was fun, if not an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, if it was not if Valhalla, funnily enough, if like Valhalla and Odyssey weren't Assassin's Creed games, they would probably be very good games. The problem is,
They're Assassin's Creed game, and they
yeah,
And they offer no chance to be an assassin, but every chance to go to Valhalla.
yeah.
yeah, or bitch slap the Olympians.
Oh yeah,
Um,
go on an Odyssey.
Yeah, like it. Like I don't personally think Odyssey and Valhalla are actually bad games. The problem is that I think they're bad Assassin's Creed games. Is the best way to describe them. I would almost say the same for Origins, but Origins was actually felt more like an Assassin's Creed game, even though it was the origins of the fucking order.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, like again, I still don't think there's any there's more good than bad. Like 1, I'd say is good, but it's difficult. The Ezio trilogy is probably the best in the series. 3, which is American Revolution, that one's good. That could be a little buggy.
See, that's
sometimes.
the only one that I would be interested in playing, and it's specifically because of the setting, because I think that's a really interesting setting in like the world that they've
No,
built on.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I
no,
haven't
it really
heard
is.
I haven't heard anyone tell me that that I should play the game just in comparison to others.
I recommend it because it's not a bad one. Like it's also not. For some reason, 1 and 2 are actually kind of on the more difficult side because it's older mechanics because they are older games.
Yeah.
Oh, so
And
it's
then
not more
Brotherhood-
difficult because it's not more difficult because it's designed to be harder. It's more difficult because the jank is still there.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that is kind of the case with 1 is like jank and actual difficulty. 2
Gotta
is
love
not
that
like
good
that.
old jank.
Like,
Look, older games are just harder to play.
No,
because-
you're absolutely right. Like, because it was made in a different time when,
when there
there
was
was
less
other
possibility with
expectations.
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, but
It was just harder to make good controls for
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
yeah,
it was-
but no, like
Back then games were made by like 5 people
Look at
total.
Julie games for terrible controls.
yeah, but say like
God, you guys ever see clips of that fucking PS2 voice activated bullshit?
Ugh.
That
no.
sounds awful.
Hold on, let's
That-
see
that
if I
sounds
can,
like
let's see
dog
if I
shit.
can find it real quick because I saw a lot of playthroughs of this maybe like 5 or 6 months ago.
Yeah, but while you're going through that, for some reason, Black Flag has now become like a cult classic for the Assassin's Creed series because I think it didn't do too well.
Yeah,
But now people are just like,
It's
oh
a
my
cult
god,
classic because yo-ho pirates.
yes, Yo-Ho Pirates. But the
Yeah,
game
it
I'm
did horrible
talking
at
about
first.
here is called Lifeline, and it looks fucking terrible because
that's because
it
it
is
is
a
Absolute dog shit.
It is a
Fucking terrible.
PS2 microphone controlled video game of the survival horror genre.
So like
So you have to scream at the controller about what part of the monster to shoot at.
Could you not just
oh,
use a
so
single
that's
part
how it's
controller?
implemented. Oh, that's
that
awful.
sounds, that sounds.
Look, I had a PlayStation 2. They made microphones for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
I had one for SingStar.
Yeah, the voice control on this game particularly seems to be real bad.
Let's
Chest,
go Pikachu,
Chest,
the horror
chest,
game.
chest.
Yeah, but anyways, back
You have to-
to
Go ahead.
mine here. To get back to it,
Oh, yeah,
because
sorry.
I kind of went on a tangent with the Assassin's Creed series when it's only these 3. To guess, I get a bit of a script. We all are familiar with Assassin's Creed, how they
Yeah,
kind of
they're-
gameplay and whatnot.
Yeah.
We don't need
And I
to
think
explain
these
that.
are the most popular.
The internet knows.
Out
Right.
of curiosity, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Fucking Assassin's Creed 2. Stab every single evil Italian man in Florence, Venice, Forlì, and Tuscany. In Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, stab every single evil Italian man in Rome. Assassin's Creed Revelations. Fuck Italy, we're going to Constantinople to stab every Turkish motherfucker you see,
All of them. All the Turks.
and be too old for this shit. Oh yeah, and then like plays the protagonist from the first game, Altair, a few times, when he's young, still young, got older, he's in his 60s, what the fuck? And he's now 80s, and finally when he dies in his 90s.
Oh damn.
And it's the 13th century. Sir, how the fuck did you live to be 92?
It's kind of
That's a good point.
strange that an assassin lived to be old.
Yeah, I will say. Like, 92 shouldn't have been impossible for that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a little
Out of
weird.
curiosity, have you seen Captain Laserhawk? The Ubisoft TV show.
No, but that sounds like it's dog shit.
It actually is really good.
I'm
Like,
surprised.
no, it's
You know-
like genuinely one of the better video game adaptations, if you could even call it that, because it's literally just like it's a crossover of all of the Ubisoft properties in a cyberpunk-esque world.
What?
And they have like the most current descendant of like the Assassin's Guild, and it's just this frog guy, and he's like the best character in it.
What the
But-
fucking fever dream is this? I'm looking this shit
Hold
up.
on, I
What's
gotta
it
get a
called?
picture of him.
I
It's
bet-
it's a it
What's
is
the
a it
show
is a
called?
fever dream of a show. It's called Captain Laserhawk.
at some point we'll just say fuck it, and just one
And,
day we'll just
Like
do a
like Rayman is like this like
SideQuest watches.
he's like this guy who like they have on TV all the time, and he's like this
Is that
dystopian propaganda guy.
Is that
What the
is that
hell
Rayman?
is
It is
Snorting
Rayman,
coke
and he literally
gun?
fucking in the show he snorts cocaine off of a cow's ass.
Yeah,
this?
we're
What
seeing
the
in my
hell
head,
is this?
like starts cocaine off a cow's ass. Why is he pulling?
Why is he a frog?
That's
Yeah,
fucking hilarious.
it's Bullfrog. He's the assassin.
That's kind of funny. But hold
Who's
on. Scroll
Bullfrog?
up a bit to like the Rayman with like the hair slicked back. Why did he do like the fucking Eisen from Bleach hair slicked
Because he
back?
became the Unabomber.
What?
That's
What?
important. He kind of
Fuck.
becomes spoiler alert, but he basically becomes the Unabomber at like the last like 2 episodes. He becomes a terrorist.
That's funny as fuck.
It's
What
a
the
really
fuck?
it sounds like a fever dream, but it's actually
But that's
really
because
good.
it is a fever dream.
It's a
What?
good kind of fever dream.
Why is
The
a
best kind of
frog?
fever dream.
I don't know. I'm not the one that wrote the show.
Also,
Alright.
how did a descendant of human assassins become a frog?
Oh, they explain that. They explain that
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
they mass produce like hybrid humans in order to like perform certain tasks. It was literally capitalism
Huh?
Sounds
that
right.
that they decided to
It
like
sounds about
create
right, it's
hybrid.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, never mind. I don't want to know. There's so much going on here.
Alright.
I don't fucking care.
Anyways, God, I love how my list is fucking nostalgia of the series. But anyways,
Oh, you
To head
can't
on
wait
to
show you
my-
mine, then.
yeah, to head on to my bottom left, we actually have a Final Fantasy on here.
Oh yeah, which one is that?
Surprise, surprise. And fuck you, 7. You're not on this list.
Oh
You can
wow.
burn- You can burn in hell, you rat bastard.
Well,
fuck you and your
we're
overhyped.
We're never getting
overpopularity.
views again.
Yeah, you're over.
Hold on.
Square
Hey,
Enix is over a necessity to rely on you to actually make money. Fuckers, make a decent game. There you go.
No, you know that hate clicks are still clicks.
That's true.
Make a decent goddamn game.
I have no skin in the
Square
game. I don't
Enix.
care.
Make another good Final Fantasy,
Yeah,
and
what
that's
do you
not
mean?
7 or
They
remaster.
made a good Final Fantasy right after it. I guess not right after it, but 10 was good.
I haven't played a Final
I'm not
Fantasy
kidding.
game
I'm not
since
on 7, so you're meaning 8, which I
I-
guess 8's kind of forgotten because 7 exists. But you know,
last Final Fantasy game I played was Final Fantasy 2.
okay, you at least Was that the collection where it was like 1, 2, and 3?
Nope, just 2.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it was. I got a SNES emulator for Christmas a few years ago, and 2 was one of the preloaded games on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Final Fantasy IX. It's Final Fantasy. Like when you talk, like RPG series, Final Fantasy gets mentioned every single fucking time.
Yep.
It's because it was,
always
incredibly popular, and it's still incredibly popular.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems to be mainly just one the series. Fuck you, 7, and your goddamn existence.
I don't
Let
know, I
others
hear-
have the glory.
Well,
10 is right there.
yeah, 10 also
it's-
gets talked about a lot.
I'll say I'll respect 10 a bit, but it can also fuck up because 9's right here.
Damn, what the fuck?
I that's not me shitting on 10 too much. That's me just loving 9 that much.
There you hate on 10, and it's water soccer.
So is your
Water
hatred
soccer is a
for
thing.
is your
No,
hatred
sorry.
towards
Blitzball.
What?
Blitzball.
Blitz?
You know, the water soccer.
Don't know what that is.
You've never
you
played
made
10.
that up.
No, Blitzball. It's literally the sport in 10.
Oh.
Maybe
I thought you were talking about a
someday-
real sport.
No, I wish Blitzball was a real sport. I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Are you? My God, you kidding me? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So Satin, is your hatred towards Final Fantasy VII because you think like it's over glorified? Like
I truly do. Like
Is it?
I do.
it's
like,
the
you don't
game that
think
gets
it's
all the
trash?
credit.
I would say, I do not think it's necessarily trash. Like I think there's probably like the more recent entries. Funnily enough, Final Fantasy has a similar Assassin's Creed syndrome where some of the recent entries have been dog shit, but then the older ones are still good.
To be honest, I don't know anything about Final Fantasy's recent games
Like-
aside from their remake of 7.
I don't know shit about Final Fantasy games. Period. I have never played a single Final Fantasy game in my life.
All right.
Now, before,
Like
hold on,
somehow-
before the internet roasts Azira for that,
Azira.
Azira is an
Listen.
Earthbound fan.
oh, shut up.
Like,
Aw.
No, I'm giving you more respect for that. Like,
Okay. I was about to say.
you said, nah, fuck the Weeb RPG. Give me that. Give me the fucking.
Give me the other Weeb RPG.
Oh,
Give
Yeah,
me the
pretty much.
children psychic. Give me the child psychic
give me
fighting
the child
boss baby.
traumatic experience.
yes, yes.
But I'll talk about that when I get to my list. But
So, yeah,
My favorite
This is-
RPG is actually Fire Emblem.
this is going to be
I can respect that too.
my favorite RPG is Hyperdimension Neptunia. Nobody fucking knows what that is.
Except for the people on your No Voices channel because they're a bunch of horn dogs.
That game is not horny. It's memes.
Okay,
be
my
both.
point stands. Anyways, to continue on with my list. but-
Also, no one watched the video when I made that shit.
no. Final Fantasy game, self-explanatory. 9's unfortunately kind of a bit of a forgotten gem. Which it can be that way. I'm not
No,
sure
Because it
about
was
that.
between 7 and 10.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hey, so I've never heard of this next game on your list. It's so obscure.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
a real hidden gem.
Yeah.
So-
I heard the campaign's really good.
There's some explanations. There's some explanations behind this one.
Oh, really?
There is some explanations because this was the game where I was really playing for people that know, this is Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Yeah, for the people who
We'll
don't
talk
know,
about-
get
Yes.
out from under this rock.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, this is probably one of the last times Call of Duty ever produced. Well, who is it? Like the people that create Call of Duty, like Sledgehammer, Activision, all them. This is the last time they
Activision.
produced. This is the last time they produced a good one.
you seem
And
to
I'm
really
not
like
fucking joking.
you seem to really like series that like were good when they started and then they
Yeah,
fell out of
it's-
glory.
It's
And I feel
fucking
so bad for you.
It's you have no fucking idea.
As a Harvest Moon fan, I can detest to that.
Like it feels so
Wait,
sad.
Harvest Moon is a series?
Yes,
Oh god.
and
It-
and they had like a weird legal battle with like their translator, and so they decided that the translation company was going to they were going to like own the rights to the Harvest Moon name, and so they kept like creating dog shit games Meanwhile, like the parent company had to like release it under the name Story of Seasons, and those ones aren't even as good either. That's part of the reason why Stardew Valley was made, because like the creator was like, oh, there hasn't been any good Harvest Moon game, so I'm just gonna make my own. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to Concerned Ape.
Woohoo! But anyways, back to my pain and suffering with my love for series that just
Concerned Ape is the creator
they're-
of Stardew Valley.
their major companies decide to fuck their franchises to death. Thanks, Ubisoft, Square Enix, and Activision. I sure love you for fucking over everything. Oh, and also a special thank you to Ubisoft for delaying Shadows more. It's only a setting we've been wanting since after fucking Revelations.
Fucking AAA game developers and their high-speed automatic money milking machines.
Yeah. Hey, assholes, do me a favor. Produce a good fucking game.
No.
Just no.
You'll keep buying the shitty ones.
The fuck?
It's just what happens. They keep producing shitty games, and people keep buying it, hoping they'll be good, and they keep making millions and millions of dollars.
You are not wrong.
But anyways, to go back to it, the reason I put Call of Duty Black Ops again on like a Call of Duty game on here, which is surprising. This is the one I got into my like online multiplayer gaming, like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, playing multiplayer with friends like from school. Spent hours on it. Ran around with like the 5.7, which was semi-auto pistol at the time, just taking people out left, right, up, down, sideways, wherever fucking direction. It's a fun time multiplayer. I actually had no problems with this campaign. I don't know. I actually don't think Black Ops 2 really had a bad campaign, in my opinion.
To be honest, I don't know anything about the campaign.
And then
I wasn't lying when I said I heard that the campaign was good.
Oh, I thought.
That wasn't me being facetious. I've literally heard that like Black Ops 2 was one of the like last ones to have a decent campaign.
You would be right. I mean, then again, I liked Ghost's campaign.
I know you're talking about like online multiplayer, but Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was one of the last times I was like big into couch gaming. Actually,
good.
Yeah,
because it is the last of the just sitting on your couch playing like a online multiplayer.
No, I never played it online. I played that shit local.
Even then, this was the last of them.
Also, this was the first time I experienced random internet racists on mic.
Oh yeah,
that's the age of the F slur.
Yes, and the crunchiest of mics.
Oh yeah, it was like
the bit rate.
It was like they had just like glued just a full bag of Doritos over their microphone.
They probably did.
Like, yeah, it was also fun when being in like lobbies and shit, and it was some black dude who probably like it was the same age as us back then as we are now, having a slur and like swear word war with like some 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And also that random fucking 4-year-old who has the highest pitched voice on the planet.
Yeah, I would say this one kid chiming
saying
in
like the worst
so mad, getting so mad.
Yeah, I assumed like who I assumed like it eventually stopped playing because his voice got so high of pitch it accidentally shattered the screen on his television.
I wish I was one of those people who could experience all this. Unfortunately, I neither had friends nor a decent internet connection growing up.
Yeah.
So most of my gaming was on Dad's old Nintendo 64.
Nice. Oh, and I also forgot to say, Activision, you're the ones to make zombies. Please go back to like these old days of making zombies where they were good. Then again, I really shouldn't say too much because Black Ops 2 had started with like some of the worst zombie maps and then ended off with some of the best.
Activision, just fix your shit.
Yeah, say,
get your shit together.
Yes. Activision, Square Enix, and Ubisoft, fix your fucking shit.
Hey, AAA game companies, pull your heads out of your ass.
Yeah, please.
No.
We'd love you to do stuff.
They're making money. They don't have to work.
Also, all the big companies that watch SideQuest podcast take us seriously and follow our directions because obviously we're important.
And also
we-
give us money.
we
like,
are
give us
self-proclaimed.
sponsorship.
If you don't remember, we are experts in the field.
Yes, we are.
Noel said so.
I did.
But yeah, like online multiplayer. Well, like first online multiplayer experience, really. I know it's sad because it's a Call of Duty game, and Call of Duty has that notorious reputation. But
How old were you when you started playing Black
I don't
Ops?
7.
no, actually, like middle school.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think I was
So like 13, 14.
I think my first game
Now,
was
I will
when
say
was
right now,
11.
this was not my first Call of Duty. Let that sink the fucking right away. This was not my first
Dude.
Call of Duty.
MW2.
my first was like- My first was Call of Duty 2. Oh god, the name for it's horrible, but Call of Duty 2, the big red one on PS2.
Oh boy, yeah. No, I think the
So,
first Call
like-
of Duty I ever played was MW2.
I had to pay respect to that one, but also I'm paying respect to Black Ops 2. I would like to point out that when it comes to 3x3, now that I think about it, god, this is way too fucking small.
You want more
like
games?
it almost is. I could probably do like a 5x5. Let's be real
So what
here.
you're
We can
saying
all do
is
it.
we need to do a part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
Well,
But anyways,
So
Let's
now
get
I
this
have to
done.
You've
think
got
of
one?
9 more games I play.
yeah, but anyways, because we're taking too long with just my end here.
Yeah,
To
we're
get
at
to the
fucking
last one.
30 minutes.
We're
We're at 30
This will
minutes.
be our first 2-hour long episode. I'm
Oh, God.
calling it.
No
Oh,
problem.
man.
Oh boy.
Yeah. To get to the last one here, which means you're doing more shorts if it's a 2-hour episode. So Full Metal Alchemist 2, Curse of the Crimson Elixir for PS2 particularly.
Okay, wait, hold on. Big important question here for you, Satin.
Mhm.
Is this game tied to Full Metal Alchemist or Brotherhood?
I believe this is tied to Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist to the original. You can tell because of the art style.
Yeah, and it's
And it probably came out before Brotherhood came out.
Yep.
most like
Brotherhood's better. That's not a
this-
controversial opinion.
I'd say I would
But
also
no, Brotherhood's better because it's more closely related to the manga.
Yeah.
And because
Yeah,
And they didn't
I-
have to make shit up at the end.
Yeah. Nobody got randomly sent to Germany.
I would honestly recommend this game. Even though it's a pain in the ass to find, but I managed to find a copy, for pretty cheap actually, for PS2.
Hmm.
Go to
I recommend
Germany.
It's actually a really fun game, like going through like different chapters of the game, meeting characters that are popular from the series, having not one but 2 very difficult boss fights in a row was like holy shit. And okay, so when it comes to boss fights here, trying to remember boss fights. So for the boss fights for this game, the first one's like Cornello's Chimera,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is like
yeah.
half lizard lion hybrid. That's the first boss fight. Second one is like Cornello himself
That
beating his
Cornell's
old
a
ass.
bitch.
The third boss fight in it is fucking Blade.
Blade.
He's like leader of the of like a gang in
I-
want to Central
I-
City.
I have no recollection of this person.
He's like dude with an eye patch, has also like a automail arm that's a machine gun and fucking sword, it seems.
Oh, yeah,
He's-
that guy. The train
Yeah, he's
guy.
a fun boss. Yeah, he's a fun boss fight actually.
Dude, I just
Then
summoned that memory of watching this
Honestly,
show.
Full Metal Alchemist's automail makes me want to hack off my own arm.
It does. Let me
Yeah,
just
sometimes.
chop off my arm real quick. Actually,
Unfortunately-
And it also makes me want to learn how to do alchemy so I can just repair shit.
yeah,
You know
Phantom
what?
Pain's a bitch,
I
that's
want
why I
that
won't
one girl's rocket launcher kneecaps.
fair enough.
No, I just want
Yeah.
an automail arm because I would really, really like to not have creaky joints.
Oh, yeah.
Arthritis
despite-
cured, chopped off my
Yeah.
hand.
Despite endgame, fourth boss in this game is possibly the most difficult boss
I'll need to go.
in it.
I'll need to go tell
Be-
Swan
and
that
it's-
the cure
it's
to arthritis is
fucking-
just chopping off your hand.
And it's fucking Scar.
Oh, Scar.
yes, he's the 4th boss in the game. He is a tough son of a bitch.
Of course he is.
That's the guy with the scar on his forehead, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Hence
extra
the
star on his forehead
name.
and the sunglasses.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he could have been referring to the lion from The Lion King.
Yes, let
Who
me just-
also has a scar.
What was his
I mean,
name
yes, right.
before? Wait, what did they call the guy from the
Scar
Lion King
has a
before?
name from before he was Scar. Hold on.
I was like,
What is it?
I will say, to go back to at least explaining, like,
Okay,
well,
are you
like-
talking about the Lion King Scar, or are you talking about the Full Metal
the
Alchemist?
Lion King scar.
His name was Taka, which translates in Swahili to garbage or waste.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Okay, so you know
They
how
set this guy up to be evil.
Yeah, no, I mean, fucking, he was the second son, right?
Yeah.
It was Mufasa, which means leader, and Scar, which means garbage.
No,
yeah,
not
he follows
Scar.
the ass. Well, anyway, yeah, but anyways, back. I think
Man,
Scar
I
was-
fucking hated their second
Scar
son.
was Scar was a fucking menace in this game, like, because he had, I think, a health bar that's rivaled even like the end game boss.
No.
But he could, like, if not, like, could either one shot you or almost one shot you.
I mean, his technique was literally to just obliterate your
You
organs.
just undo.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
Mm.
turn off whatever you're doing.
He's
Oh, yeah.
fucking insane, and then he has fucking,
Livent.
then he literally has-
Livent.
Yes.
he literally has a move that's just like, hey, I'm gonna just cover the entire map
Yeah.
and
What
just
the-
nuke your dumbass. And then
I love that Scar's whole ability in Full Metal
Oh, yeah.
Alchemist is just
and then in complete contrast, you get to have a fight where you're using no alchemy, so you're using your physical skills against Major Armstrong.
Why? That is so not fair.
And it is such a fucked fight, but god.
There is no.
I don't know, I feel like the
pla-
automail might give you a little bit of leeway there.
There is no
No.
planet where I would want to fight Major
No,
Armstrong.
No, your ass is getting comboed by him. I'm like,
I
I don't think you-
Combo breaker.
I don't
No.
think you ever mentioned like what game genre it was though.
It's gotta be
Um,
roguelike, right?
Action RPG.
JRPG?
yeah. that's
Okay.
kind of best way to put it. Action RPG. But yeah, no, he would really just come in with an attack where he just flex and shine, and then he'd rush you,
Oh
and then
no.
he just start comboing you with a 30-hit move.
It would be really. I'm for some reason I know it's an action RPG. I'm just picturing this fight specifically in the style of the old fucking Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh god.
It felt like it because then it's just
Super Macho Man is fucking Armstrong.
yeah, it's just he'd knock you have a hit where he'd knock you in the air and send you flying to where you were spinning, and then when you landed, you'd get up and you were fucking stunned to where it was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it again.
Alright,
Just
well-
no.
Unfair combo move.
Yeah, I'm saying
fighting games.
you couldn't really block from him because he could just break your block with his attacks.
Well, Satin, I hate to cut you off, but you've been going for 45 minutes. So, we're gonna roll the dice again.
Do it again. Fuck me, fuck us, dude. You talked for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright. Up next
round?
is number 1.
Yay! All right.
Azira.
Mine's drastically different than the games that you put, but I think that was kind of the point that
That
Noel
is-
wanted
That is
for
the
this.
whole goal of this.
Can we
All
try
right,
and
hold
keep
on.
things a little bit more? I guess can we focus on brevity?
I mean, I can go fast without
Yeah, don't compromise your stuff. I just mean don't take 45 minutes. Satin.
yeah. Don't
No. We derailed multiple times there.
That's the fucking point.
This is SideQuest, bitch!
This is SideQuest. We don't stay on the main path.
We derailed a lot there.
All right, let
We
me
take the
open
road
that
less
up.
traveled, and then fall down the
Ah.
stairs.
Also,
Robert Frost.
I just want to mention, we have hit double digit. This is our number 10, episode number 10
Fuck yeah.
of this podcast. So
We haven't been canceled yet, bitch.
not yet, but we're trying.
Not actively and not publicly.
Yes.
Give it a minute.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
So
You know what?
my
This is
list is a
great.
bit of a mixed bag.
You know what? I see a
Um,
couple that I like.
I can
So
respect a few.
Oh yeah, I can respect all this shit.
Right.
I
bottom right.
You've
I,
never
Um,
heard of the bottom right?
you've-
I haven't heard of the middle.
All right. Go.
All right, so
go
let me
off.
just reemphasize that I wanted to do my favorite games, but I also wanted to do ones that I felt like needed to be talked about more, and I thought that would be a little more. I don't know. I like because I could talk about like
this is not Hidden Gems Part 2.
no, it is not, but it's still games that I like. Like these are still favorite games of mine. I just couldn't. I don't know where they would align themselves with, but I guess we'll just start with the big one, Earthbound, which you mentioned earlier before Satin. Like
Mother Zero.
what's that?
Mother Zero?
Earthbound Zero is considered to be Mother One. So yeah, like Earthbound itself has, if for those who don't know, there's like two names for the series. Or rather, like only one game itself has actually been like officially. Well, no, Earthbound Zero has been officially translated now, or Earthbound Beginnings as they call it. But
What?
like in Japan, it was called Mother. But then when it got localized, it got the name Earthbound.
How did that happen?
Because so the creator of the game, Shigesato Itoi, he named it after a John Lennon song called Mother. And there's a themes about why like the first two main characters in the series, like for the first two games, like didn't have a dad. Like you literally would call him up on the phone and be like, hey, give me some money. Like that was an actual game mechanic. Or you call him to get money and also call him to save the game. Like he wasn't actually like present in the game. Or I'm going off topic. We're trying to get this fast. So but like the basic premise is like for the first two games is it's it's the first like it's the game that inspired Pokemon. Like it's it's middle America in the 80s and 90s, and it's a bunch of like kids with psychic powers that go to stop an alien overlord. But
That
like
doesn't sound anything like Pokemon.
but it's still like the modern
mean-
like it's the modern RPG aspect of it that went on to it. Like the people who worked on Earthbound went on to go and work on Pokemon. Like they went to Game Freak after this project.
Earthbound taught me that yo-yos could be lethal weapons.
Indeed.
You know what else is lethal weapons? Being able to use psionic powers to summon a fucking comet to drop on someone's head.
No, but yo-yo.
Always yo-yo.
But yeah, it also like very much had like and this is my interest that got me into Earthbound. It had a like the I don't know so much Mother 1 had its or Mother had its like moments. But Earthbound and Mother 3 in particular had some very like dark topics. Especially like near the end of Earthbound, like like most people are familiar with like the infamous Gygus, who like looks like this distorted demon fetus, like and it's such a tone shift for the game, especially when you know like what it's supposed to represent with like Shigesato Itoi's childhood. But we don't have time to get into that. Let's
Don't
move on
psionic blast the baby. Psionic blast the baby.
Yeah. You're basically aborting him at the end, or at least that's the theory. But anyway, let's move on. Let's
deserved
move
it.
on to Wind Waker.
Hey, good
yeah.
to hear.
A kid in his boat.
Would you look at that? It's not Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask.
So funny you mentioned that.
Oh boy.
Isn't
I
this the first
feel-
one in the Link dies timeline?
No, this is the one in the adult Link timeline.
Okay.
The one where he becomes the hero of legend, and that's like if you believe the timeline theory, which or the official timeline rather, which I don't.
I was talking about the game theory timeline.
No, well, I mean the game theory timeline is like the official timeline.
This
like,
this
but I
is
don't
gonna be me
believe.
sitting here having only played one Zelda game.
Which game have you played?
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the
Oh
Wild.
God.
Yeah.
So yeah,
unfortunately.
What the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that game was great.
So
Yeah, it's
That's
great, but it's
I'm not.
a
I'm
Zelda
not
game.
gonna deny that Breath of the Wild is a masterpiece. However, as an avid, like I grew up on these games, and as an avid Zelda fan, I think that Wind Waker like is a good blend of like the open worldness and the traditional Zelda aspect.
Yeah.
Like like Wind Waker walked so Breath of the Wild could fly.
Yeah.
So like the
Oh.
premise in that is like within the actual Zelda timeline, like shit's gone. Like at this point it's like 1,000 years after Hyrule got flooded. And so everyone, all
Thanks,
the
assholes.
yeah, all the Hylians descended, like the descendants like went to the surface, which is all like this giant sea.
Hmm.
And also I should so yeah, you're basically like, you know, you're Link and you have to go on your quest, but like this is also the I think it's the only Link that was never originally the chosen one, where like he just kind of got caught in the middle of like the bullshit, where like like he
Hey, what the
literally
fuck?
the only reason that he wanted to go and defeat Ganon is because his sister got kidnapped, because like Ganon himself was trying to find the descendant of Zelda so that he could complete the Triforce. Like this is a pretty dark game, given all of the, you know, the previous entries. Like not
Let's see,
as
yeah.
Wait.
not
Wasn't
as
this-
bad as
Okay, hold on.
Majora's Mask.
I did actually play another Zelda game, and it didn't make any fucking sense.
Was it the train one?
No, it was Link to the Past.
That one
Okay.
that one's considered like a classic.
It is
But,
a classic. It was on the SNES emulator, and I couldn't figure
Yeah.
out what the ever-loving fuck was going on.
I was saying, wasn't also Wind Waker the one where you don't fight Ganondorf, but you actually fight like it's a puppet Ganon?
Yes.
And his transformation sequence is him breaking his fucking bones, and you hear the crunch.
Yes.
Damn.
And that itself, like, so spoiler alert, but that's the second to final boss of the game. And it is very interesting to play him, because like the way that you defeat him is you use your boomerang to snap off the strings that are holding the puppet. And so every time a string falls down, that limb goes completely limp.
Mm.
And it's very disturbing, but
Get that man some Viagra.
oh
You gotta
god,
take-
I don't
you
want to
gotta-
think about
You gotta
that.
take the blue pill.
No.
You know,
Also,
there's some art of that.
Speaking of Ganondorf, it is actually very I wish they could have like done more with his character in later games, but this was like the first time that we actually get to see like him talk about like his backstory and how, you know, Hyrule, the kingdom, didn't really care about the Gerudos, and he had to deal with the fact that he was the leader of this group, that, you know, and that's part of his resentment towards the gods and towards Hyrule.
Looks like Hyrule's
Get good, scrub.
Hyrule's not gonna help the Gerudos. Time to enslave them all and
literally
destroy the
everyone.
world.
I mean, it's not like it doesn't excuse his behavior, but it gives a little more depth in his character, which I wish Tears of the Kingdom would have done something with that, but no.
Wasn't this all one of the times where like Ganon doesn't transform
All right, hold on. I got a question.
for his final fight?
Ganon. Is Ganon the
Yes.
same dude as Ganondorf, or are they different people?
Ganondorf and Ganon are the same person.
All right,
Yeah.
why are they named
But, like-
different?
the demon-
they're both also the third guy, which is
Yeah, because it's the third wheel in the prophecy, if you want to.
Yeah,
no, it's Ganondorf, and then there's Ganon, and then there's
Dorf.
what's the
Demise.
big fucking Demise.
Demise.
So it's
Demise
like
is
it's like the unholy trinity.
Yeah, Demise is the original.
Imagine Ganondorf is God.
Ah,
Yeah.
great. Ganondorf
But yeah.
is God. Take
Well, no.
that,
There's
religion.
Ganondorf is Jesus. Ganon is God, and then Demise would be the unholy spirit.
Yes, take that, religion.
But like for whatever reason, Ganondorf is the only one that doesn't reincarnate every single time, or maybe he does. I don't know.
I think
Like,
it's just it depends on the
does he?
timeline, but I think he's just
Because
the
I always thought
same
he was the
guy.
same guy. Yeah,
I don't know.
Like,
but
it's
Except
I
for
imagine
in Tears of the Kingdom, which I think he's like he actually did die and he's like a new guy now.
whoopsie,
Uh,
there
well,
is
I
also
don't-
like the how
I
like
don't
every 100
consider.
years the Gerudos have male child.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't. Every time the Gerudos have a male kid, it's Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Him.
But yeah, if you really like,
Weird.
okay, I'm just gonna end this with like, I didn't really talk a whole lot about it, but like, if you really like the like open world aspect um of Breath of the Wild, but you want something that's a little more in tune with like the traditional Zelda formula, I highly recommend this game. This happens to be my favorite game ever,
Hmm.
too. And just yeah, I don't know what else to say that can't be said like later. Now let's
What?
go on to the other games.
this one
I had-
surprised me.
I don't know anything about this one.
I'm a
So-
bit surprised at this top right.
The only one I know, or the only thing I know from this one is the "I am the milkman. My milk is delicious."
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious. Yes, that's
What?
the big meme of the game. So it was between this one and Psychonauts 2, but I had to pick this one because it's a classic. So who
never heard of
remembers
it.
Invader Zim?
I remember Invader Zim.
So
I
the
never
guy-
watched that.
The guy Richard Horvitz, who voices Zim, voices the main character in this game, and he is a Romani circus performer who escapes his family's caravan and goes to join this psychic summer camp that is run by a government organization that's it's never really explained like what time this game, like what time period this game takes place in, but it's very reminiscent of like, you know, James Bond-esque, like 1960s sort of vibe. And he's like training to become a psychonaut, which is like a, you know, a secret agent that uses psychic abilities. And so throughout the game, like it's a platformer game but takes place inside people's heads. So like there's literally like a doorway that they use to like get into people's minds and like you know, get to see what makes them tick. Like it very much is like talking about like the psychological aspect of all the characters.
I've played a game with a similar premise.
Don't you dare say Persona.
It is Persona.
Well, this is like if Persona was on crack. Like
Persona is
I-
on crack. What the fuck are
This
you
is-
talking about?
No, this
No,
is
like-
Persona was directed by Nicktoons.
I would say
yeah,
yeah,
'cause
on,
it
by
very much
Nicktoons
does,
and on
like-
LSD.
yeah, like it very much takes like a, you know, like a cartoon, like it's got cartoon physics because like there's literally like a plot point where like people are literally walking around without their brains, and like they just like separate them by like using a funnel, like. But again, the reason that I had to put this on the game is like it very much tackles a lot of like mental health themes in a way that like is more easily grasped. Like, which one should I put in? Fuck it, I'll just put Milkman, even though I hate that fucking level. Like, Milkman Conspiracy is like considered to be the best level in the game, and I seriously, I disagree with that entirely. But like,
Right.
there's this guy who's like, you know, he's got all these like Molotov cocktails, and he's like, oh, you know, if you want to get into this place, you have to talk to the milkman. I'm the delivery guy. And you go into his head, and you find this like warped suburban neighborhood where everybody has a camera, and everyone is like this secret agent that's out to get you because he's got like he's a paranoid schizophrenic essentially.
Okay.
And
sorry.
so you have to like navigate through that to kind of like, you know, again, figure out like why, you know, he's like that essentially.
Okay. Sorry. This is off topic, but this is
Yes.
SideQuest, so I need to say about it. Do you guys know of the Milk Wars?
I don't want to know what that is.
The Milk
do I.
Wars? Well, I'm talking anyway. You can't avoid it. The motor mouth has started, and I am the voice. Anyway, the Milk Wars. It's a DC comic run. And the main villain of the Milk Wars is Milkman Man.
Milkman Man.
Yeah, Milkman Man. Who is Superman, but a
No.
milkman and
No.
very into like the nuclear family, and everyone needs to drink their milk, and he's evil.
Honestly, I would rather prefer that
Yeah, here
than
you
Void
go.
Cooper the Milkman.
Here's
No, I don't
Milkman
want to.
Man.
I don't want to see it.
It's not loading,
What is-
motherfucker. Ah, here it is. Milkman Man.
Yeah, that's about what I would expect out of Superman the
God damn it.
Milkman, but
Yep. There's
hold
also
on.
like Preacher Bible Batman.
What the fuck?
Bible Milk Wars. There's also like Housewife Wonder Woman. Yeah, here's Batman.
what is he? A priest?
Preacher. Yeah, he's a preacher.
Why is this a thing?
I don't know. This is Wonder Woman over here.
Cause God is dead.
Yeah.
This is Wonder Woman. She's called Wonder Wife.
I hate that.
Yeah, if I remember right, this was a Doom Patrol run.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Doom Patrol's pretty fucking weird.
Doom Patrol
Yeah.
is fucking great. I love Doom Patrol.
Oh no, I love Doom Patrol. It's just very fucking weird sometimes.
Yeah,
It is weird as fuck.
yeah. I own this comic book. I own Milk Wars, the issue.
Anyways,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Azira, continue.
trying to think of what else I could talk about this game. I mean, you just kind of like, again, it's just really about like, going into like it's really cool to like go into people's heads and see them like talk about like the mental health aspect of people, and you just kind of like, I mean, you get to like it's in a way that is like easily grasped for for maybe a younger audience as well. Well, I guess it's more of a teen game, but yes, it does have that interesting art style as well. But
What is this thing in his ear?
so that is Agent Ford, who is like he used to be the head of the Psychonauts before he got his psyche shattered.
He seems
He
to
is-
be the head.
So
in
what's
some
happening
aspect.
What's happening right here is that anytime that you need a hint in the game, you just take a piece of bacon and he will like psychically manifest himself and pop out of his head because he loves bacon that much.
Ah,
I wish I was making this up. Oh, that's Black Velvet Topia right there. That you were seeing. That's a really you know what? I'd love to talk about this more, but I have other games to talk about,
Yeah,
so
please get to
we're
them.
just gonna
Yeah.
move forward. Hold on, let me see what my. Okay, so next up is Bugsnax, which Noel, you have played on your channel, and
Yes.
from what I saw, I didn't seem you liked it.
It's uncomfortable.
You're not wrong.
I fucking hate Filbo.
Yeah, everyone hates Filbo.
Okay, Filbo
So-
sucks and he's kind of creepy.
So what happened? So Bugsnax is a game where so you basically play as like these Muppets. Like by the way, this is made by the same studio that did Octodad.
Ah,
If you're
Hey.
familiar.
that too.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, but so the premise is that you live in this world full of grumpuses, or they're just like these little Muppet people, and you're a reporter that is investigating the sightings of these creatures known as Bugsnax, which are literally just like snack-like bugs. Like, have you ever seen Bunger? Like, it's literally just like a hamburger with googly eyes.
Okay.
And
That's
fry
just
legs.
yeah. And so you go in there and it's basically like Pokemon Snap in a way where like you have to use different tools to get to trap Bugsnax, and you collect them much like Pokemon. And all of the grumpuses in the camp that is on this remote island, they all like eating bug snacks, but the problem is that bug snacks will, or rather, it's not really a problem. It's just a thing that happens that they eat the bug snacks, and it turns into like one of their limbs. Like
I don't believe you that is not a problem. You're full of shit.
no, it's just
not a
a
problem. It's just body horror.
It's just
It's just
an
yeah,
addiction.
it's body horror for kids, yeah. But but much like Psychonauts, and much like the reason why I like Psychonauts, it's that there is like a deeper meaning behind like it. Spoiler alert! It's all a metaphor for addiction.
No
It's all
shit.
so it's all like everyone in this group is they have their own like personal problems or one way or another. Like they're using them much like people use drugs, and are trying to kind of like cope with the things that they that they were having issues with back at home. And also I'm gonna point that out. Just give them a nice little gold star on that. Very good LGBT representation in a game, and it surprisingly, but they have two gay couples and a non-binary character who is also voiced by a non-binary person. So
Nice. When did this
props
come out?
to them. What's that?
When did Bugsnax come out?
2020, I believe.
Oh, so okay. That
Yeah. I think it didn't come out on PC till like 2021. It was a PlayStation exclusive for a while.
I do
But-
like that they have good inclusion, but like I don't know. I would be more impressed with it if it was earlier. Which is kind of jaded,
No, I mean,
but-
it's still nice to see
Yes,
that,
I
like, because like it's specifically for like a game that is more tailored to kids as well.
Yeah, fair.
But so now moving on, we'll talk about Off.
What the hell is
So
off?
Isn't this the fucked up series?
The
it
whole
was
fucked
between
up series.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
it was between this. I wanted to pick an RPG Maker game, and it was between this one and Space Funeral. But Space Funeral is so hard to talk about because I have no idea what the fuck is going on in that game. So,
Oh,
this is a theme apparently. There's a lot of weird fucking shit that's going on in all of these games. So,
Oh shit! I can't wait till you get the Sally face.
oh, do you know about Sally Face?
Yes, of course I know about Sally face. I've played through the whole thing.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so... But anyway, Off. So, it's hard to talk about this game without spoilers, but
What
there's
is
also
the
a
haunted baseball bat?
So it's not a haunted baseball bat, but there's a lot of theories about what the game is supposed to represent because it's not very like clear cut. It's very like it's potentially metaphorical, but like all that you know is that you are a character known as the Batter, and the Batter is essentially your vessel into this world. Like there's a lot of like fourth wall breaking where there's like a cat that knows that you're in a video game and whatnot, and he constantly reminds you of it. And your one goal is to purify the world, and it's a very abstract world full of like very like the Mortis Ghost, the artist behind it. It's he does a lot of like very unsettling black and white horror drawings, and the world itself is very like horror-esque, where the way that like they try to explain like what things go on in this world. Like there's like 5 elements that they worship, that like is built on the foundations of this world. And like one of the things is that they get iron by ripping it out of cow carcasses.
Oh.
Like that's how they explain how they have like these mines that are literally just made to like take cows and pull iron from it. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's not supposed to because it's just weird world building, I guess. But you go to there's like 3 zones because it's all like baseball themed, and you get rid of like the head guys that are in there that are like these anomalies, and you get to the end of the game. spoiler alert, you were the bad guy the whole time. Like, as you were purifying, quote unquote, these worlds, if you happen to go back to the worlds that you had already purified, you'll find that everyone is dead, and it's your fault.
They
And
deserve it.
yeah, and the basis, the most agreed upon fan theory about like what it's supposed to represent, because again, they don't really explain what's going on. They just, there's just a lot of like weird conspicuations between that and like this like unnamed child character. I think he has a name, but I don't remember what it was. But like the theory is that like there's a this is all like going on in this kid's head as he's like dying from a terminal disease, and his dad is the one that's like forcing them to do this experimental treatment that is just killing him, and that's what the metaphor is about.
What?
But like
How?
again, it's
How
yeah.
did someone get there?
Because it is based on the dialogue that is talking about the kid, and the fact that the last boss battle is with like who is widely accepted to be the wife of the batter, who is also the mother of the kid, and they talk about how you're killing your kid essentially. But again, it's all fan theories. There's never been like an official like explanation, and maybe it doesn't need one. Like maybe it just needs to exist. But
All right.
it is. What's that?
I said all right.
Yep. But I wanted to put Fallout New Vegas, but I feel like Outer Worlds needs to be talked about.
I just, it's Fallout. Everybody knows Fallout, and especially
It's
New
Fallout
Vegas.
in
Because
space.
one of the times that,
Yeah.
yeah, true. Well, especially New Vegas, because New Vegas is one of the times where Bethesda was not involved, really.
Yeah, which
it was
is
a good
why it was
fuck.
better.
Yeah, it was a good fuck you to that company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Bethesda makes some good stuff, but just not in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not in like 10 years.
Yeah.
But Outer Worlds, because of the issue with the fact that like Fallout, like Obsidian did not have the rights to Fallout, and they could not make a Fallout New Vegas 2, and Bethesda is a bunch of little dickheads, and they won't let them do that. But so they decided to make a spiritual successor called Outer Worlds, and it's a very similar premise of, well, it's a similar setting rather, except it's like it's more like it's future, it's another retro futuristic setting where you're essentially like the descendants of a colony that like built upon the Alpha Centauri system, but like the whole colonist group is owned by a group of like 7 companies, so like real life, where they're all essentially like enslaved by these corporations who want to use these new planets for profit, and you yourself again have to go
Capitalism.
yeah, so you yourself have to go through the same like situation that you go to in Fallout New Vegas, where shit sucks and you have to pick who you want to align yourself with to essentially like go about what you want to do. Like again, the choice is yours, how you want to like help people. Like literally
Hail
the
Caesar.
first like literally the first mission that you have to do in the game, if I remember correctly, so there's a group of deserters from the factory, the factory owned by a company called Spacer's Choice, and they don't want to work at the fish packing factory, and so they actually went about and built their own like society, or their own like settlement, using using independent no, actually no, they're still connected to the power grid onto it's just like an area that they abandoned. And so the guy who owns the company is like, you need to shut down their power supply, so that way they can go back to us, or you can shut down this power supply to the town, which is why like every single character tells you, do not do that. which
And
you
then
would
you
consider.
did it.
Well, if you did do it, it actually would end up being a worse ending for you because they would lose that, the people in the town would just lose access to their power. Not to mention, like, the people who are sick in the in certain buildings, like they will be trapped in there and they will starve to death.
Well, they should get
Which
good.
again, not something you were considering, but
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. They didn't matter anyway.
But
You were-
and they didn't matter in the long end to destroy capitalism. But no, like the actual like the solution that hurts the least amount of people is if you like redirect the power back to the factory and then talk to the deserters and be like, hey, is there any way that you can go back here and we can all like not have to deal with this anymore? And they're like, yes, you need to get the guy who runs the factory out of town and then I will take control. So essentially, like, she's still working under that same company. Like, there was no freedom, it's just under new management. But like, those are the kind of like decisions that game forces you to make.
Yeah,
But
just kill everybody.
yeah, I mean, it would be easier.
Yep.
But
And also, capitalism. I vote yes on capitalism. I want money.
if only. Sally face.
Man, that shit's
Ah.
weird.
It is.
Drugs,
So-
ghosts.
So this game is about a kid named Sal who goes by the name Sally Face because he had a little accident that involved getting shot in the face when he was like 5.
I thought
and
his
it also,
face
like-
got eaten by a dog.
Nope.
What?
Oh, nope.
That's what happens when you try to eat 45.
Wait, what?
Next time, kid, choose the lower caliber, 9mm.
Yeah, spoiler alert, but no, the dog thing was like the guy's it's explained later, but no, he got shot in the face and his mom like also got shot.
Oh.
But like I think his trauma told him that it was like a dog attack.
Damn, mom
Um,
should have learned to dodge.
My brain. Wait. Oh, I played this when I think the last chapter wasn't out yet.
Well, here's the thing. That is lore information that you do not know unless you do one of the side missions. And that is one of my biggest complaints about this game, but I'll get to that in a second. But like the essential story is that there's a kid who wears a prosthetic face and he has a bunch of like friends that like he moves into this town that has like these weird occurrences that are going on inside of his apartment building. Like there's literally a woman that got murdered when he came in there, and now like there's a bunch of, like essentially the whole apartment complex is like a side hustle where it has an underground cult of like flesh eaters, like I guess cannibals. But they kind of have like a you get to see the group of friends like growing up and like building their own like they have like their own like ghost hunting group essentially.
And it all goes well for them, and there's a happy ending.
Yeah, except Sal,
Bullshit.
as we learn, Sal is on trial for murder because he, I don't care. I'm spoiling it. Fucking, he murders everyone in that apartment complex. But it's because they all had demons inside of them, because that's okay. Except it wasn't, because he dies too. Like,
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
it's an episodic.
Hey, no need to just deal with survivor's guilt when you become Kurt Cobain.
Well,
Yeah,
there is.
No. He gets executed. Like, he gets sent to the electric chair.
Hey, one person lived.
Yeah, well, should have become
One
more electric
person
for
lived
him.
in the game. Yes.
Yeah, the girlfriend lives.
Well, the girlfriend and the best friend who was also like being possessed by a demon, depending on your
Have fun with
decisions.
the survivor's guilt, ass fucks.
That guy definitely died.
Nope, he lives. It depends on the choices that you make in the last part of the game.
I
But
remember finding that fucker as a ghost in the treehouse.
oh, you're talking about Larry. No, Larry was dead long before that.
Well,
but
Larry was the best friend.
Yeah, but he still had another friend. I forget his name. He was like the redhead
That
dude
fucker
that
didn't matter.
he was still a friend. Like,
I remember 2 friends. I remember the girlfriend and Larry.
uh,
I have
what was the girlfriend's name?
I don't know. She fucked
It
off
doesn't.
halfway through the game
It doesn't.
and came
No,
back.
I hate her because she didn't do shit. Like, she literally like waited until the last minute to like figure out what was going on to get her evidence to prove that he wasn't crazy. But it was too late because he literally got electrocuted. You had 4 years to figure that shit out, and you let him die anyway. But
Damn skill issue.
yeah.
Wait, I thought that she like
Real
came
skill
back to find him on trial. She wasn't looking those 4 years. She was just gone.
She testified against him initially because she thought that
Thanks,
he was
bitch.
like mentally ill.
Oh,
And
fuck
then
you, bitch.
later on found out that he was telling the truth, but waited 4 years to tell anyone about that, and by then it was too late and he was already being executed.
Ah.
It infuriates me, but
To be honest, I've totally
I guess
forgot
it
about
makes
that
for a
shit.
better story, I guess. But like, I like the story. My biggest complaint is and maybe this is just a me problem, I don't like the fact that certain achievements, like if you don't know exactly what you are doing to get like the specific achievements, and you fuck up and you go to another section of the game, you will be locked out of getting that achievement. And some of the achievements are very hard to get. Like, for instance, there is a boss battle in, I believe, episode 4, where it's like a rhythm game, and one of the achievements is you do not make a mistake. By the way, there isn't a reset button. You would have to turn off the game. You would have to shut off the game and turn it back on and got to that exact point, and then try it again every single time before you got that achievement. And
Well, that's not an uncommon thing. There are a lot of games where achievements are just totally missable.
I know, it's just that it bothers me on a personal level, like, or on a game design level rather.
I actually like that aspect of game design. If you screw something up, you miss it.
I mean, that's just my personal preference, but
Like,
but yeah, great game, great story. Oh god. I can
Yeah.
explain the next one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So who here has played Stick of Truth?
I hate
Or
South
heard-
Park.
Stick of Truth.
Yes.
I
Who
mean,
here?
it's South Park. There's
I hate South Park.
enough said.
No, you don't.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Find
they
it
what?
fucking annoying.
Okay, fair.
That's fair.
That's
I
South
mean,
Park.
I
in a
also hate
nutshell.
SpongeBob for the same reason.
That's fair.
yeah, you know what? That's a fair reason.
It's just
But-
not funny.
Well, I mean, it very much is an acquired taste when it comes to like comedy, because it can be very profound at times and incredibly immature at most other times. But the reason that I really like this game is because, one, I am a fan of South Park, and two, it is a genuinely fucking good well-designed RPG. Like,
Is
the
it?
stick-
I really haven't heard
it
much
is.
on it.
So it is so much better than Stick of Truth, in my opinion.
Oh,
So-
significantly.
So Stick of Truth itself was like a decent RPG. Like, if you are a fan of South Park, if you like the humor, unlike Noel here, then you'll find enjoyment here in the game. But the issue is that, like, it's still very much a generic, like, turn-based RPG with the fractured but whole, which, yes, that is it is supposed to be a pun. But because I watched, actually, funny enough, I actually watched a interview with the South Park creators, and the reason that they named it that is because they couldn't get greenlit the name The Butthole of Time, and so that was their way of like bypassing that, because of course it was. But anyway,
That's how you do it.
yeah. So it takes like it's the same like aspect of Stick of Truth, where it's South Park characters, like they're all like pretending to be in the Lord of the Rings, but instead it's their superhero persona that they did in like
Numerous
fucking
times, I believe?
2010. Like it was like they had like a couple of episodes, like a 3-part episode series where it was just them talking about the oil spill on in the Gulf of Mexico. And like it had summoned Cthulhu because again South Park logic. But anyway, it's the kids like them playing superheroes with the same way that they did with the Lord of the Rings, and in the combat itself, like gameplay wise, drastically changed from the first game because they made it like grid based, where certain attacks would like go about like different directions, and you had to like you had to put your player character in a specific spot so that you could hit the most amount of enemies. And itself wasn't like it wasn't like the most balanced game either. But like that's not really what made it fun. Like again, it's a South Park game. If you like South Park, you'll like the Fractured Butthole. And the DLC is also pretty fun too. You get to go to Castle Bonita and all that. But I mean, nothing else to say about that. I picked this game. I don't know a whole lot about this. Well, okay, I love this game, and I've only played it like once through. Amanda the Adventurer. If you are familiar with mascot horror, this is the only good one. Like, sorry, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Holy shit.
This is
That's a fucking horror game.
You have just
Amanda the
killed
Adventurer
us.
is-
I stand by what I say. This is the only good mascot horror game.
Or so
Like,
far.
No, wait. No, the best mascot horror game. What's that Duck Hunt horror game?
Okay, that one was decent. Like, but it wasn't as like eye-opening. Well, okay, I wouldn't say Amanda the Adventurer is eye-opening, but it's very simplistic. You're in an attic, you have all these VHS tapes of this like Dora the Explorer-esque show, and all of them the VHS tapes can hear you, like, cuz they're haunted and all that. Ooh, so spooky. But yeah, like like the puzzles itself were like, you had to watch the tapes, and the tapes would give you hints on how to like solve the next puzzle. Because like you would have like a bunch of toys that you have to like figure out. Like I remember there's like one where you had to like on the tape it would give you like the list of ingredients that you would need to like make a cake, and then you would have to like make the cake the same with the same the same list of ingredients that you were given. But then like it also like does the Five Nights at Freddy's thing where the actual like lore itself isn't what's being shown, it is what like in the subtext and in like the newspaper articles that you can like the newspaper clippings that you see on there.
I'm
But
gonna come out here with another hot take.
yes.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah?
Entirely. I hate having to deep dive to get the lore of a game. Just tell me the fucking story as I'm playing. I don't want to do homework.
I mean, there is still like a story if you don't want to like if you don't want to know the lore, there is still like a story in the game itself. Like
Yes, I'm sure there is, but like okay, so you said Five Nights at Freddy's was bad.
I didn't say it was bad. I'm saying it wasn't as good as this game.
All right, well, I'm gonna say it's bad because
That's fair.
I can't remember the guy who made Five Nights at Freddy's name.
Scott Cawthon.
Scott can't write a fucking story. Also, the goddamn lore is entirely made up by not Scott, by literally everybody else who's just throwing shit out there, and he's just sitting there going, sure, that sounds right.
To be fair, he's not wrong.
No, you're not. Like
Also, all the books seem like dumb bullshit.
That's
The
because they
books
are.
are great.
yeah. No, I don't
We
like
don't,
his
we don't
his-
have to talk about Fazgoo or time
I don't-
traveling ball
I
pits.
don't like his world his world building. Like I think it's
I like
I don't
it
like
really is just like throwing shit throwing shit to a wall and seeing what
Fi-
sticks.
Five
Like you're
Nights at Freddy has not been good since the first game, and the first game was mediocre at best. Five Nights at Fuck Boys is way better.
see, like
Okay,
you were
okay.
worried about me polarizing people, and now you just said that.
Well,
So
you had already fucked us, so I just doubled down.
you just like
I feel like the later games in the series retroactively made the earlier games feel worse by comparison. 1 through 4 were perfectly serviceable games. I really
Yes.
enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I like the sit in one
Don't-
place jump scare genre. That is fine if you just fucking
you-
leave it at that.
If you don't get like bogged down into the weeds of the lore, which
Yeah.
you don't have to do that, there's nothing incentivizing you to get bogged down in the lore.
Well, what
It's
incentivizes?
just
just
for the
still
people who like
there.
the lore.
No,
It's
Like-
there for people who like it, and for people
Yeah.
who don't, spooky animatronic bear jump
no,
scares.
The thing is, my biggest problem with Five Nights at Freddy's, I tried to play the fucking games. I played them way too late. I tried to play them in the last, 2 or 3 years. The problem I had is nobody would let me just play the game. Fuckers kept coming up to me and trying to explain the damn lore.
yeah, that would make me mad too.
My
'Cause-
Jekyll kept coming to me and trying to give me fucking homework. So, fuck you and your stupid teddy bear face, Freddy. I'm glad
Yeah,
you
you-
died. I'm glad you got stuck in an animatronic. Suck shit, I'm getting an exorcist. Fuck this whole place.
See, this is the kind of talk coming from someone who should play Amanda the Adventurer instead.
Well, I'm not gonna like that too,
Oh.
because somebody's gonna try and tell me the lore.
Like,
No, you see, the lore is that there's a little girl who's...
Yeah, exactly. Fuck off.
Ugh.
I am Monkey Brain. I want to play a game and I want to explain the story as I'm playing without homework.
So
so who's
I-
next?
I'll
Hey
say
guys,
I know
I
we're
don't-
on this rant, but yeah,
I-
I'm thinking
I don't want
Next.
to be a buzzkill.
no, I was gonna say it part 2.
Please, part 2, I am dying here.
All right.
Uh,
I apologize for the 45 minutes on my end.
You're good, because...
Azira took
Azira-
45 minutes too.
45 minutes.
I didn't take
Yeah.
45 minutes.
You did. We're
Yes,
at an
you
hour 30.
Okay. Well, maybe if you didn't stop to rant to me about how much you hated Five Nights at Freddy's, then
Took up
No.
it
2
wouldn't have
minutes
gone
to
over
find
time.
top.
That was 5 minutes.
Like, yeah, no, this was going to be something required.
This is going to be a 2-parter. There's no 2 ways about
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna have to get C here because he missed tonight.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god, so next episode's going to be 2 hours.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Unless we can keep ours to half an hour tops.
I will say.
I tried, okay?
I will say, I'll just for prosperity, because I'm gonna post my list real quick, just so you guys can see it. Mine is not nearly as in-depth, because my entire thought process was, it's fun, innit?
I'll upload mine as well.
Here you guys go.
Something to look forward to next time.
All right, let me see. Let me see. You know,
Yeah, my list is, it was fun.
yeah, I would say, there's multiple on this that makes so much sense
For me or just in general?
for
did you-
you.
God,
Can I at least ask
Hold
which
on.
one you're talking about specifically?
There's funnily enough 3 of them, and it's top middle, middle right, and then bottom middle.
Yeah, alright.
I guess also top left as well,
I
but
love that
Top
nobody
left-
has
top left
anything
is
to
great.
say about mine.
I mean,
Bottom
it
left is
speaks
really
for
fun.
itself. Like
What is this?
it's
What
fun
is this?
games.
what is this whiplash? What the fuck?
What is? Wait,
I mean,
what
I can find-
Whiplash?
Like just going from just the
But
left
just
side
because- just
up to
because-
down.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Satin.
I mean, I have no room to talk.
No, Satin. Party foul.
What?
Oh.
Don't dox me on the internet.
Ah.
People don't need to know my very distinctive name.
Don't worry, I will bleep it out as usual.
Thank you, Azira.
I am.
So tired. Yes. Hey guys, let's go back to the main quest before we slip
Yes.
over.
Yes, yes. Let's get back to the main quest. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in part 2. And I honestly, since we've been talking, I've come up with different games to put in my 3x3, so I might change mine.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
God.
ahead. I mean, you've got a
I
week.
I can probably make another 3x3.
Mine's just
Don't
fine.
make
as it
another
is.
3x3 Satin.
We don't have another 45 minutes to burn.
We will do a full another series on this because
We'll do part 3 through 12. I know you guys.
Hey,
we can.
Let's get back to the main quest,
Yes,
though.
yes, we're getting out of here.
Yeah. Please.
Thank you guys. Good night.
Good
Farewell.
night.